black and I'm proud. Hey, now everybody just say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Come on, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Hey, now everybody just say it loud.
The white boys sound like niggas. They don't want to get all the money. Tell me something, huh? How come they get crossed over to us, huh?
They'll never cross over to us. Well, that's not true now.
Yeah. I never seen 5 niggas on Elvis Presley's album cover.
I still haven't either. I ain't seen no niggas on Elvis cover. I think that movie, 5 Heartbeats, great piece of cinematography.
Great piece.
And those conversations, when you talk about, I mean, given the times it took place in like 63 to 65, and all of the race relations and stuff, that particular conversation where they got their faces taken off their own album cover and replaced with some white people, tragic thing, but I thought they did a good job of conveying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That and when they was driving and the cops pulled them over. But how do I know y'all a singing group? Why don't y'all sing something? And really, for that scene, if you watch that scene and watch Dresser, his face almost made me cry the first couple times I seen that movie.
Yeah.
Because he really had this, like, eyes squinting like he was finna cry, and then he just hit him with the bass.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
He let that shit drop. He's like, baby.
That nigga he will always be Dresser. Seriously.
For real.
He will always be Dresser.
You know what? He played the uncle in Stomp the Yard.
Yes, he did.
And I'm going to tell you, he was like a hard ass.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, get in the damn truck, man. And all I could see was, I could barely afford one kid, man. How am I to have another one, man?
No, when he said in Stop the Yard, he said, "You all your mama's got left." He said, "Now get your ungrateful ass in the truck." I was like, "Ooh!"
I'm telling you, he was too light skinned to be talking that hard.
I almost got in the truck. I was like, "Where's the truck at? I'll be go get in the truck there."
Oh wait, okay. I'm sorry, General Public. See, right there was some black people be doing.
See,
I was doing it and joking, but some of y'all take that serious. I said he was too light skinned to be so hard. I take that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Light skinned people can have attitudes too. But I just didn't expect it from him. Yeah, because I thought all he had was nothing but love for the baby.
Colorism.
I know. I'm a colorist, and I'm not proud of it. It's one of them things you grew up with. Now, I'm not a colorist. I'm not going to claim that.
I'm about to say, don't believe.
No, actually, I don't claim that at all.
Spike Lee had a whole movie about colorism.
I got a whole sister that's a different color than him.
That's hilarious.
She's light skinned, but that's okay. That's my sister, and I love her to death. Hey everybody, welcome to Say It Loud podcast.
What's
up? I'm your boy CJ.
I'm your boy Tim.
And we appreciate y'all coming back and rocking with us.
Welcome back.
You know, we talk about black stuff. We are unapologetically black.
And our authentic selves.
There it is. That is the motto.
That is the motto for all 2022. For matter of fact, 2022, we about our authentic selves.
Yes.
Be who you are. Be who you is. Be who God made you to be. And don't be nothing else.
And me, personally, I am black and I'm luxurious. That's the way God made me. And that's the way God made this shirt. Black and luxe.
And I'm big in black with a scruffy beard. And I don't care. Because I'm out here.
Your beard is flourishing, so I'm working on mine.
Yeah, it's biotin, brother. Wait. Biotin, brother.
Okay, because here's the thing. I can never grow more. Like, it gets to a certain point, and then only my chin, right on the chin, grows. See, and it comes down.
Let me peep game. You go to Marlene's Market.
Okay.
Get you some biotin. The drops, right?
Okay.
Now, take a drop or two every day for like a good 4 months. Your beard will be flourishing like mine. Now you'll get hair everywhere else too.
No,
but just
I don't want it.
Just the beard will be flourishing.
See, because here's my thing. My problem is I want the Rick Ross. Okay, because I'm finna do something with my hair. I got a little fro going. I'm finna get twisted. I never had twisted before, so I'm gonna try see what it looks like. But with my beard,
Mm-hmm.
The problem is when these hairs get long, they be curling and going to my mouth.
Oh yeah.
And that is a problem for me. And just to let you guys know, one of the little habits I have is when I feel that there, I'll bite the hair and I'll pull it out. And I'm scared that one day I'm going to look up and I'm going to have a whole patch
Oh yeah.
in somewhere because I, pulled all the hairs out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if having it long is necessarily the best thing.
No, it definitely gets annoying. Like I done caught my beard in my mouth a few times.
Yeah.
Especially when you're eating some good barbecue and you just don't care. Like I'll get some strands of hair in my mouth on some good food, but
and that's the other thing is when you eating and stuff like say barbecue or something, something that may have some sort of substance that's sticky or when something touch it sticks to it or whatever.
Yeah.
You get that all in your chin and then
Yeah.
I don't feel it. I don't know, and I'm walking around with a saucy face.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
That's beard problems. You get used to it.
I don't know. I might have to cut mine off. It's warm in the cold months though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a real thing. It's
Definitely. So, no, Thanksgiving just passed. So,
yes.
what? I want to ask you this. First off, what side dish has
Hold on.
to be at Thanksgiving?
Let's go back.
go back.
Talk about it as we'll do a Thanksgiving episode, and I'll release that the next week.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about what we did, so I don't want to say it just happened, right?
Gotcha.
So go ahead, run that back.
Okay. Shit.
So you say Thanksgiving's coming up?
Okay. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving's coming up. So how are you about to? What are you about to do for Thanksgiving?
We doing Thanksgiving here
yeah.
at Hustler Studios, aka my house
Okay.
or apartment.
I can dig it.
Got the whole fam coming through.
Okay.
All day, so they're opening doors so people can just circle through.
Oh, I got you.
about you?
I'm about to go with the fam to my brother's house, and cook it up there. I'm actually cooking the turkey this year.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, are you baking it?
Yes.
I mean, because some black people fry, so I just.
Oh
wanted
no,
to see.
no, I'm gonna actually bake it because my turkey, I have a technique down to a science.
Okay.
Now, if my money's right, I might cook 2 turkeys. I
Okay.
might bake one, and I might cook another one on the grill. Cause I just learned how to spatchcock a chicken.
What's that now?
Spatchcock.
Never heard of it.
So what you do is you cut the spine off the turkey or the chicken. Like
Okay.
you cut the spine out and then you lay it flat.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that on the grill and see how that works with a turkey.
See, now in my mind, when you cut it open,
Mm-hmm.
ain't the rib cage right there?
Yeah, but it still splits down the middle from the other end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the thighs are just split out, and then
Yeah.
it would just be
I
laying
just
flat.
don't think about how it cooks all the way, but if you can cook a whole turkey, you can
No,
definitely cut it
I
down.
mean people cook it that way to kind of makes it a little more juicier, but it cooks it more thoroughly and it cooks quicker. But yeah, I might cook 2 turkeys. Then just depends on how I'm feeling.
I feel.
Yeah.
I want everything in me to do a fried turkey, but I'm too much of a bitch inside. I will burn it all down.
Oh yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Even if it's in the grass out there, I just feel like something's going to go awry, and I'm gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I don't want that problem. But I had fried turkey once, and it was delicious.
Oh yeah. Fried turkey is not. Fried turkey ain't no punk.
Nah.
There ain't nothing to mess with. Especially if it's done right.
Yeah, I had a dude. His name was Webby from somewhere in the country.
Oh.
And he talks about he used to put rabbits in stew, so he country, and he cooked that fried turkey. I was like, all right, Webster.
Yeah, no, I almost got into a fight with my boy because one year he had got a turkey from Popeyes and then fried that, and it was so good I almost punched him.
Wait, he got already cooked turkey?
Yeah, from Popeyes, but
And
he
then fried
he
it?
fried it, and we almost got into a fight because it was so good. I was like, why you do this right now? Why you do this to me? Like
trying
that's
to
just
think of-
disrespectful.
So it's a baked fried turkey.
Yeah,
a fried
they
baked
got
turkey.
because you know how you could buy the turkeys from Popeyes, right?
Yeah.
He took that turkey and fried it.
Nice.
I was like, bro, really? That's what we're doing right now? Okay, I see you.
But if I'm honest though, like we had Thanksgiving at my house last year, and it really was me and my sister putting it together, and we had come to the notion that we're adults now, and we're gonna have Thanksgiving at our own houses. We're not gonna do what our aunts and uncles have basically prepared us to do.
Right.
We're gonna do what we want. We're gonna have the food we want to have, not what's supposed to be there. Because I just don't like some things.
Oh, really? The non-traditional foods?
Green bean casseroles, trash.
Oh,
I hate it.
yeah.
I don't like green beans. I don't need a casserole. Cranberry sauce, but
No, we ain't doing that. No cranberry sauce.
I don't want it from the can or in a bowl or none of that.
No. Who even eats that? Like, I don't even.
White people.
Yeah, white folks. Definitely.
Actually, no. A black person yesterday told me, you remember, I ain't going to say your name, but somebody from the job, she was like, oh, love cranberry sauce. I was like, but you're black.
Oh.
But
at most, if black people actually make the cranberry sauce Thanksgiving, it's because it's supposed to be there, and it's never really made. It's just take it out the can, put it on a plate, and it's still in the form of the can.
That's the
you
thing.
Just put
That's
it
the
there.
thing that's weird about cranberry sauce and people who eat it, because you have people that are like, I need it out the can. I need that jiggle. I'm like, that's not cooking anything. That's going to Safeway and getting some off the shelf.
It's disgusting.
But then you got people that there's this like loose cranberry sauce, and I know because I seen it at a workplace.
Loose cranberry
It's
sauce.
loose. And then some people like, I don't like the cranberries in there, but I just want that loose juice. And I'm like, so you like cranberry juice? Don't be a weirdo.
Loose juice. Did he really just say loose juice?
Juice was running amok. Juice was out here tripping.
This nigga said loose juice. Loose? I'm hashtagging that. I'm hashtag loose juice.
Nah, juice couldn't be contained. Not when it came to
The juice is loose.
was out here dripping. And then people really want that, and I'm like, yuck, man. I ain't with it. But so like turkey is one of those things that is good, but it's not a necessity for Thanksgiving for me. And because meat wise, we get the lumpia now, so that is a dish, and that can take the place. I'll still eat turkey if it's there, but if it's my house, I'm not going to go through all the trouble to make sure it's ready for everybody else.
So you having a multicultural Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but consisting of black people. We're the only culture. Oh no, we got a white. My girlfriend's white. She wants to cook the turkey, so that's fine. I don't have to put any effort in. And she can cook. She actually cooks on a regular. She uses seasonings. She hooked my cabinet up.
Okay.
She came in and asked me, was like,
she's a rarity.
I don't feel like there's enough in here.
Oh.
I was like, I just got the Laris.
See, she's schooling you on some seasonings.
Yeah, schooling is strong, but tutored, baby.
Tutored. Tutored you on some seasoning. That's hilarious.
Oh man,
that's hilarious. I'm taking that one too. You got tutored on some seasonings.
Just a little study.
That's funny. So, all right. Best Thanksgiving dessert. Before we get into the next topic, best Thanksgiving dessert.
It's definitely a three-way. I don't know if it has to be a three-way tie, but I like the three of these for different reasons. And I'll fight anybody over all three of them. So, apple pie, but as long as the apples are not mushy. But as long as it's warm, but the apples aren't mushy. Apple pie is always a winner. Cheesecake, but not just any cheesecake, and not from the store, and that looks like plastic. I'm talking about some whipped up, some that my cousin makes. Ray, Vin, you know the deal. Thanksgiving coming up, hook it up. So that her cheesecake, or sweet potato pie, preferably my father's. Those are the three that you could really catch hands over. What about you?
Red velvet cake has to be one of them. Sweet potato pie has to be another one. My mom, shout out Tracy Sanders. Mom, I love you. She makes this thing called Yam Thing.
Okay.
It's popular in our family.
What is it now?
It's basically, it's like She takes the sweet potato pie filling, and she made this on accident because she was making sweet potato pies for all the men in the family, and she had extra filling. So she took the sweet potato pie and put it in the filling and put it in a pan. Then she took some cake mix and put the cake mix over the sweet potato pie, and then she baked it. Kind of like a dump cake, kind of.
Yeah, I see.
But she makes it every year, and it's always the best. Like the year before, it's always better the year before.
Well, if it started as an accident, it could.
No, it's a
should
staple.
get
No,
better.
it's a staple
better,
now.
every
It's not just a Thanksgiving staple either. It's a Christmas staple.
Actually,
It's
I was gonna
birthday.
ask you, because you said red velvet, and I'm like, is that really Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah,
When I get
it's
cheesecake.
no. I've never had cheesecake on Thanksgiving. I don't even know who has cheesecake or apple pie for that matter.
Apple pie is
On
definitely Thanksgiving. Stop.
I've never
I
had
call
apple pie.
cap.
No, I've never had
Captain
apple pie.
America.
I've never had apple pie on Thanksgiving. No, it's either sweet potato pie, red velvet cake, banana pudding, or my mom's jam thing. It was never anything outside of that. I've never in my 37 years of life ever had any dessert outside of those four.
As much as I love black people, I'm gonna say that you are nigging too hard.
No,
Get some of this apple pie.
I love apple pie. Don't get it twisted. I love Dutch apple pie is my favorite.
Oh no.
It's one of my Dutch apple pie is one of my favorites. But I just never had it. I never had it be like a Thanksgiving like must have. No.
Okay, if I'm honest, the only desserts that really, or the main ones that show up to, my life's Thanksgivings are sweet potato pie, peach cobbler, apple pie. Outside of that, you might have, a cheesecake. Again, my cousin makes one or two, so who knows if you'll ever get any of that. And yeah, there's not maybe cupcakes or something that some of the kids made, but when it comes to actual desserts in my family, really it was them apple pie, sweet potato pie, and peach cobbler. Luckily, no pumpkin pie.
Oh no, no. You'll get laughed out the building if you ever come with some pumpkin pie.
What's the deal with pumpkin pie? Because is it me, or does it look like when you see a pumpkin pie, it's breaking apart like desert ground?
It's an imposter. It's an imposter dessert. It looks like sweet potato pie, but it'll fool you. You have to really, your discernment, amen, has to be up to another level to look at a piece of sweet potato pie and a piece of pumpkin pie and tell the difference. You could easily get fooled.
Yes, you could, but as you say, I'm on one accord with the fat, and
with the fat,
I could look at a sweet potato pie and be like, me and you were meant to be together. And then I'll see the pumpkin pie. I'll be like, who wasted their time?
Why are you even
Pumpkin
here?
should be in the form of a jack-o'-lantern. That's it.
That's it.
Okay?
That's it.
I ain't with the rest of it. But that's it,
Mm-hmm. Okay, another question.
I love it.
Another question.
Yeah.
What Thanksgiving food, since we're talking about Thanksgiving, if it's messed up, you'll still eat it?
Nothing.
Like even if it's like messed up, you'll still eat it.
I'm a grown up, so when I go to put something on my plate, I'm not gonna say that because if it's free, I may just stack up on a bunch of stuff. But when I go to put food in my mouth, if I have not already agreed that it looks the part, I'm not going to touch it. Now, if it looks the part and I bite it and it don't taste the part, I'm not going to eat it. There's nothing I'm going to just push through just because it's gross, but I wanted to taste it. That's oxymoron to me. There's nothing that could be prepared wrong, and I'd be like, nah, it's cool though.
Yeah, probably
food wise, because I'm just not gonna do it.
Food wise, probably any dessert really, because anything before that, like any side dishes or even like the meat wise, like I can't like it takes a special person to mess up ham.
Yeah,
like
I mean, you think about it like that. Yeah, I don't know how you mess up.
And
ham.
it is disrespectful if you mess up the macaroni and cheese, like especially in a Black Thanksgiving. Like if you are assigned the macaroni and cheese and you mess it up, you may be excommunicated from the family. Yeah. Straight up and down. And that's not just my family. That's all Black families across the board. That's a lot of Black families. Because that's one thing that if everything else is all bad, at least the macaroni and cheese was good.
Yeah. I'll say this. I love mac and cheese. Love it. Love it. But I don't think that there's any one particular food that could make or break a Thanksgiving meal for me. Personally, simply because the food is so secondary to me to just being with my family. I know it sounds a little corny, but I eat every day. So the fact that there's going to be mounds of food, it doesn't excite me like that. But so being with family really is the reason I love Thanksgiving. When it comes to the food, there have been a few Thanksgiving where I got 1-2 things and I either wasn't feeling everything else or I just wasn't hungry like that. It's like I'm here for the activities. I'm not necessarily. So the food for Thanksgiving has never really been something that I'm like, you about to get slapped if you mess this up. Like it ain't been that serious to me.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, I will say this, though. If I crave something, because, I eat every day, but I have cravings. If I crave that cheesecake, nigga, I want the cheesecake. It don't ruin my Thanksgiving, But other than that,
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't be tripping too hard.
Yeah. Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. Why is turkey the bird of choice? Why is that the one bestowed upon us?
I don't know. I guess it has something to do with Christopher Columbus and them.
Man, fuck that nigga.
Or whatever.
Oh, so he probably brought the turkey with him.
Yeah, he probably put put smallpox in the turkey too.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't, because turkey's not the best meat. You know what would be dope if lamb was the meat of Thanksgiving.
Lamb? I remember the first time I had lamb and it actually surprised the mess out of me. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I had a gyro from this one place in
Is
the
it a
mall.
gyro or a gyro? Gyro.
It's a gyro.
Okay.
Gyro. It's not a gyro or a gyro. It's a gyro.
I was what all the movies said.
No, that's the first time I had lamb was in a gyro, and it was really.
Could you taste
really
it?
good.
Because
yeah.
I just
yeah.
With gyros, they're just stuffing and it's rolled up.
Yeah, I actually took a piece of it out and ate it by itself. It was really good.
First time I had lamb, you remember Chang's Mongolian Grill?
Chang's Mongolian Grill. I used to love that spot, bro.
I get the lamb, and I wanted to make sure I knew what I was eating because beef. I would get that, then I get the lamb. But I was like, no beef. We just gonna do all lamb, so I know what I'm. Man, that was good. Then I bought it from the store, cooked it, broiled it. Oh, I love lamb. Man. So if that was the meat of choice, that'd be dope. Maybe I'd care more.
Yeah, Chang's Mongolian Grill was good. What was I gonna say? I had a question, and it just I hate when that happens. I had a question when something's in your head and then it just escapes you, like all of a sudden you be talking about something else and then it just I don't even know what happened.
Right. Well, let's talk about something real quick that happened recently. Versus.
Oh. Talk about Stephanie Mills and Shaka Khan.
Stephanie Mills, Shaka Khan.
Ooh, of all the verses with this one was probably one of the hardest ones for me to like decide a winner, if at all. Like usually, like it started off as like a competition thing, I feel, but then like after that, it's just kind of been like, okay, this was just for the culture. It's just two artists vibing with their music. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it didn't even start. I don't think it even started as a maybe the build up, but as soon as they got on stage, it was really more. Okay, I have feelings about this. So let's start with how you feel. Because I think artist-wise, you know these artists better than I know.
Oh, yes.
So let's start there before I get into critiquing this.
I love Shaka Khan and all of her music, everything she put her voice to and her creativity to. I'm a huge Shaka Khan fan, like everything she does. But at the same time, I am a bigger fan of Stephanie Mills because... For one, she was Dorothy in The Wiz, which is my all-time favorite musical. Fight me.
I agree.
And two, I Feel Good All Over is the greatest, like top 5 love songs of all time. Okay. I love that song. And I love Stephanie Mills because Stephanie Mills has a personal spot in my heart because back in the day, during like the summer, my mom and my auntie Selena and my auntie Shireen would be like in the kitchen bumping some Stephanie Mills, just chilling. The house will be clean, smelling like pine saw because they just finished cleaning up.
Yeah.
And then they got the doors and the windows open because it's hot.
Yeah.
And you can just hear Stephanie Mills and Mary J. Blige from down the street like, oh, aunties must be home.
Yeah.
And you come in and they just kicking it and they just living their best life when life was simple.
I feel.
That's why I love Stephanie Mills so much, not just for her music and her talent, but just how her music makes me feel, where
Again,
it takes me back to.
That nostalgia. I tell
You know
you,
what
man,
I'm saying?
that's old head talk. That's
Right.
just what it is.
Right. And but looking at, because I didn't really watch all of the verses, but just looking at these two artists, I can't pick a winner out of these two. I think it's just one of those things where it's just the vibe of the artist. It's just for the culture for me.
Yeah. So I love Shaka Khan. My favorite Shaka Khan song. Tell me something good.
Oh, that's the jam.
The Jam.
That's the jam.
And Stephanie Mills, I'm not gonna lie. I know who Stephanie Mills is. I know what her origins are. But I didn't follow her career like that.
No, she's in my top 5 voices of all time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw that they were doing a versus, I was like, "Dang, Stephanie Mills got that much." But see, I just didn't pay attention.
Oh yeah.
So I watched it, and I mean, Auntie Khan was in full session.
Auntie Khan.
So here's the thing. When they started, it really did seem to me they was just on some sisterhood stuff. Well, first, okay, let me be clear. I haven't watched most of the verses.
Right.
Because I didn't want to. There's nothing else there. But I was like, okay, I watched them, and they came out as sisters, and I thought was good. The things I didn't like, the lead up to, it was like an hour, I think, of the DJs playing. I get that for people coming in and finding your seat, but you didn't have to live stream that whole hour, because I was watching. I was having to skip through. I'm like, anybody trying to see all this? Get to the show. First thought, and I'm gonna be honest. Please don't hate me. I questioned whether Shaka Khan was high or drunk or what. Stumbling, falling out on that stage. She ain't fall, but if you seen it, you know how she was walking and talking and the noise. Sorry, singing. You're not gonna tell me that every note was a blessing. It was not. It was not. But I'll say this. When you have the two artists and they were doing a verse and they were going through their songs, some of the Stephanie Mills ones, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was her. So I did know some of the stuff. But most of the Shaka Khan, I was like, yeah, I know that. That's the jam. The problem is they both helped each other singing. Stephanie Mills, I recognize her voice. I know it. It's a great voice. Not necessarily my top 5, but great voice. But Shaka, I love her voice, but she ain't got it. She ain't got it no more.
Oh no! Here we go.
Really?
Oh man!
Now I'm not saying she can't sing. I'm saying she ain't the Shaka Khan from back in the day. And again, now it could have been she could have sipping that yak, or she's just a little older, or she had a cold, or whatever. Whatever the case is, all of that. Nigga, y'all should have had a rehearsal or something.
That's funny.
Their sound people, the DJ for Stephanie Mills, her DJ stuff wasn't working at first. They didn't really know what they were doing. Not the DJs, but the ladies on stage. They was like, well, what we doing? You know, they had some of that awkward what's next energy. But they're old. So I was just like, hey, you know. But I wish that I love Stephanie Mills' performance. But I wish that they would have just played the songs and talked and told stories as opposed to trying to do a concert because Shaka didn't have it. And it kind of, for me, now everybody doesn't feel this way, I'm sure, but for me, it kind of sucked watching it because I'm like, I know what you could do at one point, and I'm watching this like, And Stephanie, she didn't hit any bad notes, and actually she's a seasoned performer. You could tell she still be on stage. So there wasn't nothing really wrong with hers, but it just hurt my heart that Shaka didn't hit the notes that I knew she once could.
Right.
So it made watching it a little like.
I understand how that would make you feel that way. You know, that you see with your favorite artist kind of struggling in their later years. At the same time, like you said, it's Auntie Khan. You know, that's family. You know, you grew up with Shaka Khan like we grew up with Shaka Khan. That's family. Yeah. So you let Auntie sing her notes. And,
I watched it all the way through. I let her go.
You know, don't you disrespect Auntie. Like if your real Auntie was singing at the church picnic or Thanksgiving, and you knew she could sing back in the day.
Don't ask me.
But she got older and she's up here at Thanksgiving. Everybody but to pray for the food, and she starts singing a little hymn or whatever. But you know her high notes ain't highin', her low notes ain't lowin'. You know, and they just. Tim. You know, voice is cracking a little bit.
Tim,
you know, now would you tell Auntie?
I asked you not to.
Would you tell Auntie? No. Oh, we'll keep it real. No, keep it real. Would you?
Hold up. Switch the card.
Okay. No, would you tell Auntie that she's slipping to her face?
I asked you not to do this, but you did it.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, CJ.
Listen.
Would you tell Auntie?
Aunt Paulette, Aunt Thalia, Aunt Veronica, and Aunt Pat, Aunt Catherine. Oh. Let me tell y'all something. I love y'all. Queens, please don't sing at Thanksgiving dinner after the prayer. We want to eat. That's the first thing. Ain't nobody got time for the hymns when we trying to eat. Already know everybody got to say what they're thankful for. If anything, sing a verse on your thankful time and then let it go. Second, it's not the time. This is the only reason I would tell you to stop, because I got stuff to do. Okay? Now, if they was at a concert, I'd be like, get it, Auntie. And if they didn't get the notes, they are my aunts. So we will probably make eye contact. Recognizing that you messing up, and you know, you go on about your time. But yes, I would tell you if you're in my face.
See, you have a whole rest of your family trying to jump you.
No, they'd have my back.
This nigga TJ was being disrespectful.
No, because my cousins, my generation's outnumbering the old folks now. So look, y'all want smoke?
I was even before the verses was before it came on, when it was announced, I was like, as much as I love Shaka Khan, I can't pick her over Stephanie Mills. Her voice is just too great, and the songs that she has, it just sits with me better than Shaka Khan. So I mean, I love Shaka. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. I love Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. But Stephanie Mills is just.
I feel
she's in my top 5 voices of all time, bro.
Oh man, no.
Like listen to I Feel Good All Over, and then listen to her sing Home in The Wiz. Then you tell me.
Can I be honest with you?
Stop.
And you know, in the live Wiz that they just did a couple years ago, the girl who played Dorothy, I like the way she did Home better than Stephanie Mills did. I'm gonna be completely honest. And I don't hate the way Stephanie did it. I don't even remember the girl's name. I like the way she did it better.
We get up to here in a certain level of our friendship, and then you just bring it down here with that nonsense.
How come somebody can't have a better version of a song?
No way that version's better than Stephanie Mills' version.
Let me ask you this then, nigga.
Okay, get it.
Your boy and my boy, Michael Jackson and Prince.
Okay.
Michael, legend has it, sent Prince the Bad song. You know I'm bad? He sent him the song asking about being in the video.
Right.
And, you know, Prince, you know, he denied. He was like, if you say your bud is mine, you ain't saying that to me.
Right.
I feel you.
Right.
But legend has it, Prince heard that song, re-recorded it, doing all the music parts himself and rewriting it, sent it back to Michael and said, this is what your song should sound like. Now, we haven't heard that. But let me ask you, you think Prince's would hit harder than Michael's?
See,
See, look at you.
This is
Backtrack. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Then stop.
This is such a disrespectful question. How you have the niggas? Niggas will have one thing: the audacity.
I got
always have one
thing:
the audacity. Now you can't ask that question because we haven't heard that quote unquote rumored Prince version of Bad. We've never heard that version. Mm-hmm. Now Stephanie Mills and the other woman that did it, we've heard them before. I've heard both their versions. I'm not putting her over Stephanie Mills, not at all. Stephanie Mills will always be the best Dorothy, even better than Diana Ross. To me, if you want to go like,
Diana Ross was trash though. Diana Ross was a trash Dorothy. You're not gonna have this 46-year-old woman.
That's not her fault though. That's not her fault.
I don't care whose fault it was. It's what happened.
That's not her fault. It's casting's fault. They picked her.
Did she have a wig on?
Yes.
Good, because that hair was trash too. I didn't want to talk about her. If it was a natural,
look, it's the black version of the Wizard of Oz. And it came out in the 70s.
I love The Wiz. The Wiz is one of my favorite things ever, especially the music. I didn't like Diana Ross. No, ma'am. Okay? No. I didn't like the way she ran in the hills.
Oh gosh.
I don't like the way
Diana
Ross's voice.
Mike didn't even want to do that. The Wiz.
What?
The Wiz. He didn't even want to do The Wiz.
I thought he did want to do it. I thought he wanted to do a different part.
No, the director had to like pretty much beg him to do it. That was his first like movie role ever.
Oh yeah, was he self-conscious?
Yeah,
he had a big nose at that point.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it at all. He didn't have no acting experience. He was shy still.
You went from that to trying to put a curse on Steven Spielberg when I let him be Peter Pan. Damn, what kind of stuff is that?
So who do you want to see in the verses?
Hold on, let's table that. I'm gonna change the card.
Okay,
that's a good place to.
Yeah, good place to change it.
Yeah. Nah, man, I ain't playing.
Because
Diana Ross can't sing. Actually, I'm gonna say that when we get back on. I'm sick of it. I've been holding this shit in too long.
She can't sing at all?
No.
Not at all.
Nope. Hey, I just want to make a public service announcement on what we just talked about. Diana Ross is not a good singer.
Okay, you're disrespectful. Right
and
now.
you know, one of the things that points that out just so glaringly is when they were doing that. What was the song for the planet?
Heal the World.
No, that was the Michael Jackson song. We Are the World.
We Are the World, yeah.
When they were doing that original We Are the World, I got the DVD with the behind-the-scenes stuff, and they were showing clips of some of the artists doing ad-libs together. And as you said, niggas, if they got nothing else, they got audacity. And this was a building full of niggas and some whites. But Diana Ross was doing ad-libs with Stevie Wonder. For some reason. And Stevie couldn't see nothing. He was all over the place. I mean, he was hitting all the notes. And yo girl, I don't know if she's your girl, but she's not mine, so I'm giving her to you. Diana Ross added nothing to the conversation except more noise. Stevie was feeling, you know how Stevie goes back and forth, and they knew the video was on, so she was trying to be into it, doing all of this, but she wasn't making no noise because she couldn't add nothing. She just go, yeah. And then she rubbed his shoulder, probably telling him to calm down because she couldn't hang. Diana Ross is not dope. And the only reason she was ahead of the Supremes is because she looked the best out of the three. Well, there was four originally, but she looked the best out of the three. And that's who Berry Gordy wanted to smash. That's the only reason she was the lead. I'm sick of this.
Okay, so your logic is she, as far as voice talent is concerned, taking only voice talent.
Okay.
Is she top 20?
No.
Top 30? Top 40?
I don't know. I don't know if I know 40. I probably do, so she wouldn't. She's not. What is special about her voice? What stands out about her voice?
It's like, it's almost like a Long Island iced tea. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty and sweet on the front end, but then on the back end, it's like there's a little bit of strength to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell she can sing with some strength if she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to her on in The Wiz when she did Home, like which some of the notes that she hit, it was like, okay, if she wanted to go harder, she could. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like a Long Island iced tea. I wouldn't put her top like 20 or 30. I wouldn't put her that high, but I mean, she's still a legend and vocally not to be messed with still.
See that? Well, okay, no. But so here's where I get hung up at is I do think she's a legend. She's Diana Ross. That name rings bells, and as much as you can hate all you want to, I can hate all. Her name rings bells. I think that role in the moniker of the diva, I think is perfect. Perfect in the sense that a diva is just extra without really bringing a lot to the table in real life. I think that's Diana Ross.
Okay.
I think that she's not my cup of tea as far as attractive goes, but I think at the time she was an attractive young lady. Again, the best looking in the group.
Yeah, you're tripping.
So they put her in the front, just like in Dreamgirls. Because Jennifer Hudson was the one singing, but Beyoncé was the one. Beyoncé was the one in the front. Okay, so.
Such a great movie, by the way.
But I say that to say that I think she is a legend and give her flowers. But if we're talking on voice tone and her singing, and even though she didn't have anything to do with this, your music catalog, no, ma'am. Why would you be on my list?
See, I think you're gonna have to actually make a list just so I can see who you put up there.
I'm
interested to see who you would put up.
Are we talking about out of females or all?
Female singers.
That's the thing. I don't know if I know. I might have been capping on that, but she's just not somebody I wouldn't go see her live if she came.
You wouldn't go see her live?
No.
Really?
If she came with other artists that I wanted to see, but if it was just Diana Ross or Diana Ross and the Supremes, no.
Well, she's old as Black Pepper, so I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah, now I mean, I guess I'm talking retrospectively, but
yeah. So who would you want to see in a versus that hasn't done one yet?
Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I don't know, because if I'm honest, even though I am a musician and I'm a writer, I don't listen to a lot of music.
Okay.
So anything new, I don't know. And then I think about old, and then I try to think about who matches. Like, not just people I like, what makes sense. So here's what I kind of came up with, and help me out here. So I got Chris Brown and Usher.
You know what? It's funny you bring that one up first. That one is very much like, that's what the people want. But, you know, I guess Chris Brown went on record saying he will never do a versus. But if he did one, it would have to be against Usher. And if that does ever come to fruition, it'll be tough. So it'll be tough.
Wait, tough for who? You mean it'll just be a great battle, or it'll be hard for one of them?
It'd be hard for either one.
Okay.
It's difficult.
So here's the thing. When I thought about them, I was like, they are almost two different generations musically. That's a hard sell. It was a hard sell for me because Usher came out early 90s, and 2004 was the peak of him at Confessions. And then he went down, but he was still up. I mean, he was Usher at that point. Chris Brown came out in about 2003, 2000, you know, and he just shot straight up. Now he had his downtime as well. But musically, what I would take as Usher's top songs happened early.
You know how tough this is, bro?
You know
Do you know how tough this is? Because look, it's like you put My Way against Chris Brown's debut album. Almost impossible.
Yeah. Hey, just take those singles. Take My Way and Yo.
Yeah.
It's like,
you can't. You can't.
That's a tough one. But then you look at how Versus has grown over the last year.
Right.
Where at first it was they're in their own places and they're just playing the songs. Okay. Then it got to you're together and you're playing the songs, having conversations. But then it got to doing shows. Yeah. Now, if we're talking a full-blown show versus, Chris Brown will wash Usher.
Really?
In a live performance.
Wash, huh?
Wash. Yes.
Okay.
Because you're talking about a performance. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Usher Raymond III can outperform Christopher Brown.
I'm not saying outperform. I'm also not saying is not a wash.
You're right. Wash might have been hard.
That's harsh. Cause you forget
But
who Usher is.
he's spraying that nigga with a hose at least. Cause no, Usher got the bangs. Usher got the bangers. Don't get me twisted. But I'm thinking about Chris Brown is an athlete. This is a ninja.
I'll say this much. It'll be a close. If they do their songs in order of when they came out, I'll say this: towards the beginning of both their careers, it'll be kind of almost even.
Okay.
With like a slight edge, maybe going to Chris Brown.
Yeah.
But then if you get to later, but later in their career, I think Usher will take a dip, but Chris Brown will probably take a step up because that Indigo album.
Whew. Chris has been one of the most consistent artists. That doesn't get the credit.
Talk about it.
This man has been dropping
Talk
albums.
Talk about it.
And has at least 3 smashes on each album.
Talk about it.
And he don't get that. He don't get that respect. And with that, now again, Usher might have 1 to 2 bangers on each album, and let's accept them early ones. Up to Confessions, Usher had full album bangers. Except that first album, his very first debut album was okay.
Yeah,
it was just a little older than he was.
Yeah,
it didn't work right.
Confessions is a certified classic to me, front to back. I love everything about that album.
And I'm gonna be real, it was Usher's album, and it made him the superstar he is. But I give the credit to Jermaine Dupri. Because that's whose pen it was. Yeah. That's whose story it was. Mm-hmm. All of that Confessions album, everybody thought that was Usher to Chili. It was not. It was
Jermaine Dupri.
Yep. Which sucks because, Usher had to eat that.
Yeah.
And if you listen, I watched, I remember watching the interviews, and they interviewed Chili. And the way she talked about it, you think about it now, because before people didn't know that Jermaine wrote it. They thought Usher was spilling his heart out. Mm-hmm. And Chili had said, I hate that album. I hate what it stands for. Mm-hmm. She never said he did me dirty. Mm-hmm. It did all this. She actually was like, I get what's going on, but you have to ride this wave, and I ain't with it. Mm-hmm. So that sucks that he had to eat that.
Right.
But that album, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I remember bumping that album with my sister like all day. Like, that album was great.
Favorite track?
Off of the Confessions album?
Yeah.
Probably Superstar.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Confessions, right?
Yeah, that was Confessions.
Okay. Oh, I love that song.
You know what? I'm a tie between Bad Girl and That's What It's Made For.
Oh, That's What It's Made For.
That's What It's Made For, the cold song.
That was cold.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't even like all the lyrics, but it's just something about that song. I was just like, this is the one. Okay, I'm not going to front. Confessions Part 2, I think when that song dropped, I think it just did something. So that song will forever have a groove in my heart. Hey. But yeah, Chris Brown and Usher.
That's the verse that needs to happen. That absolutely needs to happen.
But what are they gonna do? Are they gonna be sitting there, or are they gonna put on a show?
No, they're gonna put on a show. It'll probably be their best verses that they ever had at that point.
Actually, yeah, you know what? The more I think about it, I feel like Usher will rise to the occasion and build a good show. But I think, honestly, if they just came in off the street and was like, let's battle, Chris will wash you. Yeah. You need to work out.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what kind of shape Usher's in, but he better do some push-ups or something. Put some time in on the bike.
What did he say with that old clip where he had his shirt off and he was working out? He said, "You get this cut. Without this cut, you're nothing. I am somebody. I ain't got the cut. I got the fold. You hating?"
No, Chris Brown, bro. Like his whole. I'm a huge fan of Chris Brown. Yeah. Like, regardless of the controversy aside, musically and artistically, that man is on a whole nother plane. Like, I listened to that whole Indigo album. Like, you want to talk about his top 3 albums, to me, it's up there. Yeah. Along with his first album. And actually, X is
X was
one of
good.
my favorite albums.
I ain't gonna lie, Exclusive, his second album, I really liked.
That was good.
I really liked
that one.
Exclusive.
That one was good, but it can't touch.
Well,
X
no,
or
it gets
Indigo.
older, and so the subject matter gets better. But I'm gonna tell you one song that just catches it. I just don't know how to feel about it. Juicy Booty, because R. Kelly's on it, and I don't like that. Because I don't rock with anything R. Kelly.
No.
And I'd be having, to leave the room when Ignition come on remix. But
no, sidebar. Here's what messes me up about the whole R. Kelly crap, and I'm gonna say this.
Say it.
It's hard. It's messed up the way he's used his powers for evil instead of good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you look at, because R. Kelly, if this controversy, if he wasn't a sicko and a nasty, evil person, he would no doubtably be the greatest R&B singer of all time, hands down. There's no discussion.
There's a discussion
for R&B, like strictly R&B, not soul, because I know you think about Stevie and them.
No.
About R&B, straight up.
Different. So here's
who would you put up against R&B against R. Kelly?
Here's my thing about R. Kelly. I don't know who I'd put up against him, but here's my thing about him. Even pre-scandal stuff, it's weird that he is such an amazing writer because the nigga can't read. So that is strange within itself. Maybe he had talk text back before it was a thing. But regardless,
you're dumb.
But the nigga, amazing songs. The stories, the wordplay, I think is amazing that he has. But when we talk about best singers, he can sing. Okay, I might sound like a hater, whatever. He has a background choir voice to me.
Oh, you're tripping.
He sounds like a strong second tenor. Holding down that part.
Look. Okay, look. I don't want to big up R. Kelly or nothing. No, he's still a monster. I'm just saying that it hurts my heart because if you look at all the classic albums he's had, 12 Play, R.
I don't even know the names of his albums. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I was a huge R. Kelly fan, but now you listen to you hear those songs now. It's like you think he was doing all that stuff while he's pulling out these songs, you know what I'm saying? And he's telling us what he's doing.
And that's the other thing, is that was something now, again, pre-scandal.
Yeah.
I don't know anything, but when the song, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number,
right,
and I knew who wrote it, even as a kid, I was like, now wait a minute.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And maybe it was that, because that was the first kind of red flag for me. Maybe it was that I never got into R. Kelly.
Right.
Again, I like some stuff. I'm not going to sit and say they didn't have some songs that I didn't like, but as a singer, red flags verse on some of the stuff he was talking about. Mm-hmm. But as a singer, I'm like, you can sing. I ain't saying you can't sing, but if I'm thinking about voices I want to hear do something,
right,
yours is not one that I'm going to pick.
Okay.
It's not. Okay. There was only certain, and even before he was canceled in my mind, there were only certain R. Kelly songs that I would ever seek out. Feeling on Your Booty.
Uh-huh.
And that's simply because I was in high school, and that was the song to get some booty to feel on.
Sure was.
Remix to Ignition. That was just a great song. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Catchy as all, yo.
And the niggas on Juicy Booty with Chris Brown and Jhené Aiko, and it's pissing me off.
See,
because I love that song.
That's why it's disheartening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he did all that stuff. He did Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, being married to Aaliyah at a young age when she's not even of legal age to do any of that crap. And
I don't see nothing wrong with
right. You know what I'm saying? He's telling us all this stuff in his music. And we just blinded by. See, and he called himself the Pied Piper.
The Pied Piper out here stealing kids.
Really? You know what? And it's one of those instances where you know how when you used to watch cartoons as a kid and then you watch the same cartoons now, right? You know what I'm saying? Yep. You watch the same cartoons when you was an adult now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now you're like. That went right over my head. Man. Didn't even know. So that's what hurts me about R. Kelly, man. It's like, why can't you just use your powers for good?
And okay, sex is a motherfucker. I know sex can make men, can make anybody, but we're talking about men right now.
Right.
Sex can make men do crazy, weird, dumb, dangerous, all kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing, and I get it. People like what they like. Some people like rough sex.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like romantic, soft sex, whatever your pleasure. But, you know, don't be into the weird shit. I heard somebody say, and this was on an online thing, somebody was like, you know, liking kids is a sexual preference that you can't help, so you shouldn't shame people.
No,
I say, damn that.
Those people need to be
That's
shot
a choice.
and killed.
Okay.
Seriously.
And you know, dang, I'm trying to get past this, but it keeps jumping into my head, so I gotta say it. All I can think about is R. Kelly with Gayle King. He said, I don't know how to hog tie people. Sorry, that was in my head. I don't know how to hog tie people.
Bro, I laughed so hard when he said that. You can hear his voice crack like, I don't know the whole time, people. I don't know the whole time.
Y'all killing me, man.
Y'all killing me with this.
Hey, Gail was having me cracking up. She's like, Robert.
Bro. Okay, back to the...
Yeah, my verses.
Yeah. Who else do you want to see in the
Who else?
verses?
Okay, so these are questionable and some of them not possible. But what I want to see, I would love to see Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey in their prime do a live versus battle, because at that point that's a real competition, because they both have hits and they both was in their prime, not cracked out or old, and they can hit them notes and do an actual concert.
So we gonna get a hologram of Whitney then?
If they did the hologram of Whitney, they better do a hologram of Mariah. Don't have Mariah showing up. Don't do it. Because what's going to happen is she going to sound like she did when she was supposed to do Good Morning America or something early in the morning, and she got in there and couldn't sing.
That's funny.
She going to get on that stage like Shaka Khan. She going to get on that stage and not do great, but they going to have Whitney hologrammed with more weight than the thin crack Whitney, and it's going to be a track that's going to be perfect vocals. That's not fair.
Is it? I heard someone say, is it fair to put Nicki Minaj in a versus against Missy Elliott? Would that actually be a
depends on what
good?
you consider fair.
Would that be considered a good match, or?
I think it would be considered a good. Yes and no. I think it'd be a good match because catalog.
Right.
They could match each other numbers wise at least. Mm-hmm. They both got 20.
Oh yeah.
But you can't say that for every female MC. Unfortunately, you can have 20 songs, but I'm talking about 20 bangers, hits.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of female MCs can't. They can't stand in that lane. Mm-hmm. And I mean, maybe if you go back to the late 80s, early 90s, they might have songs but they're not anything anybody today is going to care about, I don't think. Personally. Yeah,
and that's a shame to say, because some of my favorite female MCs comes from like the 80s, early 90s, like MC Light.
Queen exactly. Brat might have 20.
Brat has 20.
Yeah,
Brat has a good 20.
Yeah, I left Brat hanging.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the hugest Foxy Brown.
I don't think she has 20.
I don't think she has 20 either.
Kim got 20. Kim got 20.
I don't want to see Kim do a versus though.
Does Eve have 20?
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. Well, she might, but she doesn't have 20 that I know.
Oh, okay.
I'll say that. Eve, who was I just thinking about? I mean, Cardi. So here's the thing about Cardi. I don't think Cardi has 20 yet. She'll get there, but I don't think she's there yet. But the only person in Cardi's class, I think, would be Nicki. Because putting, nobody else is going to fit. I'm just trying to think, like, who.
I say do a 3-way versus with Cardi, Nicki, and Megan Thee Stallion.
You gonna put Meg in there? For what?
I mean, they're like, no.
I would. You could put in there for the features, but it's like,
let's just do Cardi and Nicki then. Cardi and Nicki.
Who you think would win in that?
Probably Nicki, because I mean, I
think so too.
I used to like Nicki towards the beginning of her career, but then towards the end of it, I'm just like, But here, you know what's confusing about Nicki Minaj is that she can really rap. I've heard her in some
Nicki got bars,
bro, but then she does this other stuff. It's like
she's one of those classic examples of you are letting everything else outshine your music,
right?
And then she dropped doing music for a whole long time. It was just like so, but. Regardless, she do got the bars. Right. Cardi does not have bars like that. Mm-hmm. But she's fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we're talking off lyrics and catalog. Out of the two, Nicki's gonna win that. To me. Mm-hmm. But if you talking about Missy, and that's the other thing is I always wonder like who would Missy go up against? Because she was such Busta, personality-wise, either Busta or Ludacris are the only people that match a Missy Elliott vibe. But I'd put Luda against someone else from the South. But
probably T.I. It'd have to be either or.
You think so? Because even their style is different. Because T.I. is so much more trap.
But they're still from the South. They still got a deep discography.
They
already lightweight beefing.
Well, they did back in the day. They're
old
now.
let's really see who the king of the South is. let's really see. Like 20 verse 20, and I'm taking. That's tough because Ludacris was the man back in the day.
Yeah, actually, to legitimately think about that, it depends on where they're doing it. If it's a live thing. Mm-hmm. Well, they're both from the South, though. Yeah. But I feel like the crowds are different.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a live versus, crowd might have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Like when did you watch Dipset and
Yeah, I watched that.
Even Locks. Now, even though the Locks just murdered Dipset, the crowd still gave you that energy that it was like, regardless of what I hear, y'all nigga, you feel like you losing.
Right.
I feel like that's some shit that would happen. But,
yeah.
Okay. Another one hold on. Okay. Let's try to wrap up in like 6 minutes. All right. Okay. Another one that I was thinking about was New Edition. Versus New Kids on the Block.
Nope.
And here's why. But here's why. I get why you're saying no. But here's why you should say yes. Because New Kids on the Block obviously are just a ripoff of New Edition. Actually, the same guy who created them. Complete hate. And New Kids on the Block are whack. So I want to see a versus between the two because I want to watch New Edition beat the dog piss out of New Kids on the Block and get the respect that they should have been getting ever since the 80s. Because New Kids on the Block came on the scene and blew right all the way up.
Okay. Here's why that will never happen. First of all,
I don't like how your voice got deep.
First of all, it's too one-sided. New Edition is winning that off the top.
That's right.
Matter of fact, you could just take the Heartbreak album and put up against all of New Kids on the Block, and it will win 10 times over.
Look, we're only coming out doing Cool It Now.
Yeah, that's it. Second of all, versus this is the culture.
I get it. It is culture.
This is our culture.
I just want to see a massacre.
No, listen. This is us. This is our thing. You let one white group or artist into it, and then white folks is just gonna take it. NBC gonna take it. It's gonna be a whole thing.
That's true.
And like you're gonna see white artists, like you're gonna see Reba McEntire versus Carrie Underwood or some crap like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll see all
Adele and Taylor Swift.
Adele and Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? You'll see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
coming
that's kinda weak.
Friday on CBS.
You're actually right. Now that I think about that, because I'm just thinking, if you had New Edition, which black people would be like, I'm all in, and then they said New Kids on the Block, I can definitely see NBC and Fox being like, New Kids on the Block and having a reunion. There's going to be another group there, too. And
you see what I'm saying?
Them doing exposés. I completely see that. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, already our culture's taken, pulled apart, and, like, worn like masks and costumes already.
Yeah.
You know, don't let this be another thing that we let them take. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our thing. You know what I'm saying? This is us. That's why you ain't seen no white artists up there yet.
I feel like there was a conversation of one coming in that was brought up. It was like,
Yeah,
nah, no,
I mean,
don't
you
let
can
nobody-
have the conversation.
I think it was Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it, but that don't mean you should do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us have
Wait
this.
a minute. Message. You could do it, but you shouldn't.
Right. Let us have this. You know what I'm saying? You take everything else from us. Let us have this one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't go and whiten it up like you do everything else.
Yeah, I think white verses would be boring. I don't know any.
No. It wouldn't be boring.
I don't know any bangers. Who got the bangers? Okay, unless it's Robin Thicke or Justin Timberlake.
See, no, that's unfair because Justin Timberlake's deep. If you gonna go Justin Timberlake, you gotta. You can't even think of anybody to put against.
Well, I guess if you open it up to white people, then you're inherently opening it up to other genres of music.
Right.
And it's been hip hop and R&B.
Right.
Because I'm trying to think, who are the hip hop and R&B white people? There's only a couple.
Yeah.
Then it goes to rock and country, and I don't want to hear that shit. Anyway, that's it. You're right. Versus is a all black everything type event, and
that's our culture, man.
Yeah,
keep that in house, bro.
Let's keep that,
man.
Well, I think that's a good place. I think we're going to call this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Say It Loud podcast. As always, if you feel like donating or helping your boys out, go to hustlermentality.com. Right. There is merch. There are paintings. I got a book up there. Please support. And we thank y'all for everything y'all doing.